Millennial Gaze.
Hey, what's good with you guys? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your girl Maymoney here for just a nice, comfy side show. Um, I will be just here hanging out with y'all. There are a few things I wanted to touch on before we go into the next week that I kind of didn't really get to talk about and discuss, and I just didn't really see it brought to the attention. We've had a lot going on, rightfully so, going on with everything going on with ICE, and the coverage has been great through like every platform that I've seen. And so like I just want to give my props to everybody that has been out there on the front lines and doing the work to um showcase what's really going on with when it comes to like ICE and all those things. So but I do also I have saw or I saw a few other things that concern me that I think kind of fell under the radar. I know my channel is real small and our channel is real small, but we also still like to make sure that we're talking about some things that we see. And so I wanted to share a few updates about ICE. And then I also wanted to share a few updates about the Sasha Riley tapes and all the rhetoric, the kind of rumors that's been going around about it, and clear some things up. And then I also wanted to, there's a new woman that came out with a testimony. Her name is Molly Sky Brown. And if you don't know about that, I have a little bit to share with you about that as well. So if you're here, hang out. It's just Maymoney tonight. This is Maymoney Sideshow. I always keep it chill. I'm in my Gryffindor common room. I'm all hooded up and cloaked. You know what I'm saying? So please just be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. I don't expect, much to go on tonight. But if you're interested in any of these stories, I'm here to share them with you, and just let me know what you guys think. And I love to engage with you in the comments and everything like that. So please just make sure you're comfortable, you're warm, and everything. I know it's late night, especially like I'm on the West Coast, best coast, and we arrive a little bit late. But anywho, let's just go ahead and start with a few things. Just a few updates about ICE. Hopefully this fucking works, because the Instagram sometimes don't be fucking trying to work on my computer. Katie is the one with all the cool stuff. But let's see. No, see, like that's not, I don't think that's what I wanted. No, that's not what I wanted. But it works really well with Maymoney in the building. All right. Well, you know what? Those aren't going to be shared because I'm not even going to fuck around with that. But let's go ahead with the Don Lemon at the church. So one thing that did happen today. So I don't know if you guys saw, but Don was at a church in Minneapolis. He flew out there. It looked cold as fuck. And it was and he was invited to attend and just document and just be a journalist at an event at a church out in Minneapolis. It was called City Churches or something like that. And the reason why that church was being protested was because the man named David Easterman, you guys can Google all of this, is a pastor there, and he's also an ICE agent. Lakima was the woman that invited Don, and he went out there and everything. And I'll show you a video. But basically what had happened was he went out there and like he really didn't really know what he was walking into or where he was going, but the woman Lakima invited him, and it was snow. He helped someone out the snow. I mean, you guys can look this up. I'll show you a clip in just a second, but he helped someone out the snow. Like they pushed dude's car like over this snow mountain. I don't fuck with the snow. I'm a Cali girl, so I don't really do that shit. But hey, that's for y'all. And ended up at this church, and went in there very respectfully, and they started protesting. And one of the pastors, David Easterman, is hey Monique, hey, thanks so much for being here. This is just a late night kick it sesh, so you're feel free to, dip in, dip out, whatever, fall asleep to me or whatever. It's all good. Thank you so much for being here. But basically, yeah, so Don ended up at this church and inside, and they started protesting. And then um they, like, he started kind of talking and going around talking to people. But David Easterman is the pastor that they were protesting because he's an ICE dude, pretty much. I guess I gotta look this up. Let me see if I could just go ahead and pull it up for you right now. I should have done this earlier, but and then cities church. So basically, this dude, so they went in there and protested, and everybody was all upset and up in arms. Oh, yeah, here, Easterwood, not Easterman. Okay. There we go. So David Easterwood is both pastors of Cities Church and Acting Field. Here, let me bring up some stuff for you guys. I really really wish that I was as good as Katie, but I did get my new mouse. It is very helpful. Um, but yeah, David Easterwood. Let me type that in, and let me share my screen with you guys too. Actually, that might be helpful. Do 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 do. Let's just share that, and then you guys will be able to see a little bit better. Oh, and then I gotta bring it up to the top. Okay, so can you guys see this? Give me a thumbs up if you can, and then I'm gonna. David Easterwood is the name. So yeah, so DOJ vows to press charges against. Okay, you guys, looks like you guys can see it. Okay, so apparently this dude is an ICE agent and a fucking pastor at the damn church. So they went and um yeah, so he was on C-SPAN. This is the one they were talking about. They went and pretty much protested him, right? He was talking to Christine Ohm. Recent appearances. Homeland Security Secretary Christine Ohm Operations talks to David Easterwood. Right here, look. It's right here. I can't make this shit up, bro. And so everybody all mad at Don Lemon for being invited to this place. It's not like he went in there and infiltrated or did. Well, he kind of did.
The 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment.
It was almost like he didn't know prepaid card. What he was doing. Sorry about
only from
sorry about all that, but
held a press conference in Minneapolis to showcase the work of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. She spoke on charges levied against undocumented.
Okay, hold on. So we're gonna watch this. Yes, absolutely. So we're gonna watch this real quick. I gotta grab my charger. I forgot to grab that. So I'm gonna let this play while I do. But basically, he's an ICE dude and a church goer. I guess he likes white Jesus, or I don't know what kind of Jesus they like at that church, but it sure as hell ain't the one that I knew. Actually, I grew up Muslim, so but I know Jesus because Jesus does exist in Islam, and that ain't the one that I knew. I heard that Jesus was a pretty cool dude. I don't know about this white Jesus though. So go ahead and like look at this while I go grab my charger. But also know that Don Lemon did not set any of this up. This was not any of his shit. But and they were right about who this dude was. Look at him right here.
Over the past few months who have been removed from the United States.
Oh no, did I do something?
Secretary of Homeland Security. And today we're here in Minneapolis and St. Paul visiting with folks and community members and our law enforcement officers about the worst of the worst. This office here has done incredible work to make sure that we are getting criminals, terrorists, foreign terrorist organizations, gang members off of our streets and protecting the members of this community. I have behind me 4 of the individuals that work here in the state and in this region to make sure that we're getting dangerous people away from the citizens in this community in this state. And I want to introduce them for you. We have Sam. Sam Westbay is with HSI. He is the acting special agent that's in charge of this office, and he'll make a few opening remarks here in a little bit as well. We also have David Easterwood. David is with ERO. He is the acting field office director, and I'll ask him to give you a quick update on some of the work and operations that they've been doing as well. We have Tanya Price, who's HSI,
Okay, so y'all didn't hear that?
special agent in charge that is
Y'all didn't
stationed
hear
here
that?
and is doing good work for the citizens of Minnesota. And also
David Easterwood. So y'all didn't hear that? That's the dude that they were talking about, acting like he don't exist. So easily looked upable. I looked him up literally just now. I didn't even look this shit up before I even got on here. I pulled it up while I was here with y'all and spilled my cocktail, but it's okay. It was mostly water. But yeah, so you missed a lot of this earlier, Lizzie. Yeah. I wanted to clarify some things for y'all because I ended up having a lot of time today to look at it. And then, yes, and then they went at Don and like made it like he was like the orchestrator of this entire thing. No, he was just there documenting. Thank God he was. So this is the man that is running his flock. And if you guys watch Don Lemon's like whole stream, or it started at the beginning, he's like there before they go there. He helps somebody out the snow and then goes to the church. It's kind of spotty, like signal, and then he talks to the pastor that's there. Is not David Easterwood, but it's some other dude. He was fucking weird as fuck. And anywho, so this is that. And then let's go ahead and look a little bit more into this guy, because let's look at City's Church real quick. I want to look at City's Church. David Easterwood. It pops right up. And here he is. Department of Justice investigating anti-ICE. No, that was 7 hours ago. But leadership. Here we go. City's Church right here. Leadership. Pastors, elders. Bam. There you go right there. Like broad daylight. Y'all can... Come on now, bro. So y'all over here mad at Don when he was over here like putting people on blast. This dude is an ICE agent. So come on now, y'all. And a lot of these things are so easily like Googleable. It's fucking frustrating that people really sit here and act stupid. Like we can't just go ahead and pull this fool up like that. Like I didn't just Google his ass like right away. Come on now, y'all. We got to stop this shit because it's detrimental to our survival. It's detrimental to our society. And being mad at Don Lemon for infiltrating a church that does what? What does that church serve? Who does that church serve? I did too, Monique. I watched that whole shit. I had all day. I took my hair down and then went to dinner and then came back and finished up and let my shit dry in a deep condition. Watched the whole shit. Okay. And now look at what they doing to Don. We can look that up too. I wish I had a way. Let's see. Because so one thing I noticed, you guys, and why I've been having such a problem with doing the shows on my end is because my Instagram is tied through a different account. So when I click on my Instagram clips, the link leads to something completely different from what I had. And so it's actually very annoying. And so I really have little to no power when it comes to StreamYard and like doing much of anything, but that's okay. I do my best. But Instagram is pretty much not available to me because my Instagram is separate account and my YouTube is separate account. So they don't talk. And so but Katie has more power over this stuff. So anyway, that's just the explanation. But this is done at the church. This is something I do have. One second. They do all look like Asians. You're absolutely right. They do all look like Asians.
A member of ICE, and he's a pastor of the church. Our church again. This is an operation that is secret that they.
So this is Don there. This is like the beginning of it after he just helped somebody get out the snow and his hands is all cold or whatever. Don's good people, so I ain't gonna let people just shit on Don like that. But yeah, so this is like an interaction he had at the church. So let's just watch that real quick. And then we'll just move quickly into a few other things. There were a few other things I wanted to share, updates about San Diego and ICE and Philadelphia and ICE. But I guess I'm just gonna have to save that tomorrow because I can't get it. So
Invited folks out.
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere. They don't expect us to come there. And then we disrupt business as usual.
So right now it's kind of mayhem. We're not part of the activists, but we're here just reporting on them. Did they explain to you why they're here?
They did not.
They said that there is someone here, Easterwood, someone who is a member of ICE, and he's a pastor of the church.
Our church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday. We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left.
So this is what the First Amendment is about the freedom to protest.
There's a varying array of views in this church on politics of immigration. Recognize the complexity of the issue.
This shows you just how divided America is. When you look at the protesters here, and then you look at the people there who are praying, and you know what was the interesting thing? If these two groups could just get together, they might figure out what to do.
I don't necessarily agree with everything that's going on in the Twin Cities right now, but I don't think it's good to fight fire with fire. I think it's good to speak up. I think it's good to protest, but I think it's better to do it in a peaceful way.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch. This guy here, look, he's hugging his kid. And, you know, I imagine it's uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here. They think you lost and this didn't accomplish anything, and you went into their house, the house of the Lord.
The reality is the house of the Lord is a place where love lives. It's not a place where you can have a pastor masquerading as the director for the field office of ICE in St. Paul.
This is an operation that is secret, that they invited folks out.
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere. They don't expect us to come there. And then we disrupt business as usual.
okay, so that's a little bit of what happened. If you guys really want to watch the whole shit, it went on for like 6 hours. You could watch the entire shit from beginning to end. Watch him buy donuts and Starbucks coffee for everybody and fucking go out there couldn't keep a hold of his gloves to save his fucking life. I was worried about that. Yeah, these people were tripping about him being out there talking about he organized the whole shit. That's not true. And it's very clearly not true. So we're going to go ahead and move on from that. But I did want to clarify a few things. That David Easterwood person, if I had to guess, this will not be the last time we heard from him. I think we're going to hear more from him. I think he's problematic. So that's all I got to say about that. Okay. So, hey, thanks so much for being here. I am too, and he was invited. So let's make that very clear. He was invited to do that. He had very little information about what he was even pulling up to. So, hey, I'm glad he did document it, because these people in these churches do not have their flock in mind. They actually are here to manipulate people and make money off of them. So there's that. And then notice how they all crumbled. You feel me? Anywho, so that was our first segment. I did have a few updates about San Diego ICE, but I'll save that for tomorrow, because Katie will be able to access that link without me having to go all around the world to find it. And then another one in Philly. This is spreading. This is not something that it has stopped in Minneapolis. It's coming back to LA. So we'll update about that tomorrow. Okay. So but the next thing I wanted to go into, and y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, invite a friend. It's late night. We just kicking it. I'm letting my hair dry and moisturize. You feel me? So this is just a night for us to all hang out. No, let your voice be heard, pitchforks. You ain't got to shut up. You are with fam, bro. All right. So I will do this. And the reason why I love Katie, because she got all the buttons. Trigger warning. This is going into a little bit of shit that is a little deeper. So I just wanted to give you guys that. I'll leave that up for a minute. And then also, we also have our show. We added a new show Monday, and now we have Thursday, 4:30. What's my time zone again? Western Pacific, and then the Eastern at 6:30 or whatever. So yes, please be sure to join our new show on Thursdays as well as Mondays. And so tomorrow we will also still be doing a show. So just so you guys know about all the upgrades, but this is a trigger warning. We're going to be talking about a little bit about Sasha Riley, not too much, but then we're going to talk about Molly Sky Brown, who is a new person that came out to the oversight committee just recently. So I watched through her entire video. And then there's one that was before I was born that I saw with Anita Hill. And so we're going to watch a little bit of that. So just hang out with me. I think this is very important shit, because it all leads straight back to one motherfucker, or at least the same ring of motherfuckers. So yeah, make sure you got your shit though, because it's a Sunday night and whatever. It's actually, I have a 3-day weekend, so if y'all gotta go, I ain't gonna hate you. You feel me? But let's go ahead. And what do I have on my doc? Let's start with this Sasha Riley background video. I think it's hold on, I'm gonna pause it here and bring it up to you guys onto the thing. Boop, 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 boop. And then I gotta add it to the stage like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, and now I can press play. Sorry, guys.
And god damn,
I've been hesitant to talk about Sasha Riley because their testimony and these audios are unverified. And I don't want to be out here spreading misinformation or disinformation. So I decided to see if I could find this Sasha Riley online and see if I could find any information about them. Because, like, where did they come from? And I'm using they, them because apparently they use they, them pronouns. First and foremost, Sasha has been posting about this since 2021. Now, for those who are wondering, they go by Sasha Barros. If you listen to the tapes, they mention that Barros is their name from birth before they were adopted. And this is the name they use online. In 2021, Sasha Barrow says, my adoptive father, William K. Riley, who lives in Ranger, Georgia, ties the whole thing together. He's a helicopter pilot, one that loves to brag about the high-profile people that he flies around. The corn still exists. Some people that I served with in the Army told me that they'd seen it. I never have. One of the people that I was filmed with was Sammy. This story isn't going anywhere. It's going to stick around because it's true. And there's a whole lot of evidence that backs it up. This is from September 18th, 2021. That's over 4 years ago. Now, one thing that did give me a little pause is when you look at all the comments, you'll notice that they're all from the last few days. There are no comments from 2021 or between 2021 and now on this original post. So, you know, I was like, wait a minute, that's a little weird. But then I went to his page and I saw that he only has like 56 followers, I think. So odds are nobody even probably saw this freaking post when he first made it, which, oh God. Now here he's. Okay, so I'm gonna let her talk just a little bit because this talks about his father, okay? And she gives a lot of information about dude's father that I don't think was made very clear image wise, but she does a good job. So let's just go ahead and play naming his father just like he did in the audio tapes. He talks about him being a pilot just like he did in the audio tapes. He talks about the CSAM material turning up in the Army when he was in there in the tapes as well. He also mentioned Samantha in the tapes, which is heartbreaking as well. So he was talking about these things since at least September 18th. 2021 on social media. This is on Twitter from 2022. Andy Biggs, who he mentions in the. Okay, and then I want to fast forward. So he mentioned his father. Let me find where the picture come. Oh, there it is. Here, I'm going to play this. August 17, 2022. And on February 16th, 2023, Sasha posts a picture of someone he describes as his father, his adopted father. And they say, the man pictured below adopted me at 4, not as his child, but as his slave. He would sell me to other psychopaths for a few dollars. They could do anything they wanted to me. I remember some of the people he sold me to. One of them was, Donald Trump for the visually impaired. This tweet has been up since 2023, 3 years. They called out DJT and their daddy. And lastly, William Riley, Sasha Riley's adoptive father, has been mentioned in the Epstein files as Epstein's private investigator. He was also mentioned by Virginia Giuffre as potentially being one of the people who contacted her to shut her the hell up. You can read all of this here. I can't verify any of this here. However, I did use this post to look up some of this stuff down here. And what I mentioned is everything that I was able to confirm. This man, William Riley, Bill Riley, is in the Epstein files, and Virginia Giuffre did mention Will Riley as potentially being a person who reached out to her. So while the information that was put... Okay. So I know y'all like, well, it wasn't corroborated. What the fuck do you guys want? What the fuck do you guys want? Well, like, we don't know. And Oh, well, the government, they're working on it. They just gave us 250 pages of fucking black construction paper after they said they was going to release some shit. We was supposed to get more shit released on New Year's or something on January 1st. Where the fuck that shit at? Don't worry, I'll wait. So all y'all over here talking about, oh, well, I don't know. I can't believe that. Then you're not about it. You don't want to believe shit. You really don't. You're actually a waste of time. Then just go ahead and do something the fuck else. When people tell you straight up to your face what the fuck happened, now all of a sudden you don't know. And then you still want to believe these motherfuckers that literally released 250 fucking pieces of blank black paper to you, to the American people, and called that work. Do you believe that over someone that told a very graphic, detailed story? Are you guys fucking retarded? I'm sick of y'all, man. This makes no sense to me. I'm sorry to use the R word, but that's the only word I could fucking find at this point to describe how fucked up this shit is. When two people, don't worry, we're not even done. We're not even done with the other two people that Ben came out. So there's that. But I just don't understand why people are like, well, I'm just like, I don't want to be too quick to believe. Bruh, the dude was already convicted for some shit like this. He's told you to your fucking face. He told you to your face that he likes to grab women by the pussy. Like from the jump. I don't even know how we couldn't get him off the 34 fucking accounts of fraud that he did. How can we not get him from that? We just don't believe shit anymore. So what's the fucking point? I just don't get y'all. I really don't. I just don't get y'all. But hey, I will continue to keep going. I know I must have made some people mad or something up in here because I lost some views, but I personally don't give a fuck. Because I'm going to keep talking about this shit. And if that makes you upset, okay. Here goes another woman, Anita Hill. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Who testified a long time ago before I was even fucking born. I had heard this name, but it's playing. No one just yet. Who I heard this name from, and I just heard her name. I don't know exactly really much. I have to do more research, but I found this right before I even kind of started coming on, like wanting to even do this show. But this is very interesting. So let's go ahead and look at what she had to say. And this is in 1991. That's literally a year and a day after, before I was born, because I was born 10/12/1992. So here, or 10/11/1992. That's my birthday. This is 10/12. This is Anita Hill. Let me make sure I got it to the 5 minutes that I want to put it on to start. So she testified, and you'll notice a lot of people here as well.
So if it's not something that you can stomach right now, just maybe skip ahead, and I'll be back in a minute or 10.
Mr. Chairman, Senator Thurman, members of the committee, my name is Anita F. Hill, and I am a professor of law at the University of Oklahoma. I was born on a farm in Okmulgee County, Oklahoma in
Everybody should already know
1956.
anything about me.
I am the youngest of 13 children. I had my early education in Okmulgee County. My father, Albert Hill, is a farmer in that area. My mother's name is Irma Hill. She is also a farmer.
Pitchforks. Me and Cardi B were born on the exact same day. I've been very, very, very proud of that for years. So I'm pretty sure everything about me is online. And I don't give a fuck. Pull up if you want to. Docs what? All right, let's keep going.
And a housewife. My childhood was one of a lot of hard work and not much money, but it was one of solid family affection as represented by my parents. I was reared in a religious atmosphere in the Baptist faith, and I have been a member of the Antioch Baptist Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma since 1983. It is a very warm part of my life at the present time. For my undergraduate work, I went to Oklahoma State University and graduated from there in 1977. I am attaching to the statement a copy of my resume for further details of my education. Thank you. I graduated from the university with academic honors and proceeded to the Yale Law School, where I received my JD degree in 1980.
Sorry, guys. My computer is being just a tad bit slow. I'm going to give it a second to catch up with itself. There we go. You got banned for posting your social security number? That's interesting. I want to hear more about that. Antioch, yeah. I have a few roots in Antioch, but no, I'm from Oakland. I actually don't like it out there. It's too hot and too far away. Too ghetto. I didn't say that. Anyway, but let's go to what's my next timestamp on this one, because this was very interesting. I found Anita Hill. I'm gonna look a lot more into her, but one thing I want you guys to look at, it comes up later, but look at who's in the background in this. Like, you might see some familiar faces that you I don't think you'll be shocked, but maybe a little bit. Anyway, this is straight up history. Some shit like literally the day, like a year and a day before I was born.
With him. He was, in fact, appointed as Assistant Secretary of Education for Civil Rights. After he had taken that post, he asked if I would become his assistant, and I accepted that position. In my early period there, I had two major projects. The first was an article.
Oh, by the way, she's talking about Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, by the way. If you guys didn't know, I think I may not have disclosed that information. She is talking about Clarence Thomas's behavior, who is also mentioned in Sasha Riley's recordings. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And at around the same time, because these, Sasha Riley's stuff was before, like in the 80s and stuff, before I was born. So this actually makes sense to me that this is what they was up to. So let's keep going. Sorry, my computer being a little slow, but we still moving along. No worries, guys. All right, let me get over.
I wrote for Judge Thomas's signature on the education of minority students. The second was the organization of a seminar on high-risk students, which was abandoned because Judge Thomas transferred to the EEOC, where he became the chairman of that office. During this period at the Department of Education, my working relationship with Judge Thomas was positive. I had a good deal of responsibility and independence. I thought he respected my work and that he trusted my judgment. After approximately 3 months of working there, he asked me to go out socially with him. What happened next and telling the world about it are the two most difficult experiences of my life. It is only after a great deal of agonizing consideration and great number of sleepless nights that I am able to talk of these unpleasant matters to anyone but my close friends. I declined the invitation to go out socially with him and explained to him that I thought it would jeopardize at the time I considered to be a very good working relationship. I had a normal social life with other men outside of the office. I believed then, as now, that having a social relationship with a person who was supervising my work would be ill-advised. I was very uncomfortable with the idea and told him so. I thought that by saying no and explaining my reasons, my employer would abandon his social suggestions. However, to my regret, in the following few weeks, he continued to ask me out on several occasions. He pressed me to justify my reasons for saying no to him.
Okay. So she goes on for quite some time there. And what's my last timestamp? 12:50. I think we might have even just got there, but oh no, actually, no, we didn't. So, oh, by the way, look at this. Let's just look at this real quick. Let's just start here.
He spoke about acts that he had seen in pornographic films involving such matters as women having sex with animals and films showing group sex or rape scenes. He talked about pornographic materials depicting individuals with large penises or large breasts involved in various sex acts.
Later, homie.
On several occasions, Thomas told me graphically of his own sexual prowess. Because I was extremely uncomfortable talking about sex.
So I needed to show y'all that because that is the same type of vile shit that Sasha Riley brought up. He brought up them murdering puppies and I guess she said have sex with animals. I mean, there were some people that did say that Bubba was a horse, Ghislaine Maxwell's horse. So, I mean, if you don't really think that these people can be as sick as they're fucking saying, then you might as well just give up and just go ahead, lay down and take it. And let them just do what they will to the earth. We need to start living in a fucking reality here, you guys. Like, for real. These people are sick, psychopathic, beyond, I don't even know how to describe disgusting people. Just vermin, just beyond that. Not even, I wouldn't put them in the fucking landfill, bro. I wouldn't send them out to outer space. They need to be obliterated from all humanity. These people are sick. Who the fuck makes this shit up? How you gonna make up some shit like that? Sasha Riley's testimony went over for a few days, by the way. Not only was he trying to scream from the rooftops for a while, like y'all better get to fucking believing, or we're gonna like not believe our way into oblivion. For real. This is crazy. Y'all better get to fucking believing. Because we need to realize 44444. Oh my God. It's 44414. I've been seeing 44444 like since New Year's. Anyway. But I guess, like I said, we just got to get to believing because we're not fighting the right war right now. We are not. arming up for the right shit. These people are fucking sick, psychopathic, disgusting people. Look at ICE. Look at what ICE is doing right now. These are the people that manifest from their leader. They're all fucking sick, dude. Absolutely vile, non-human people. They're the illegal aliens. Okay? They're the murderers and the rapists. Okay? The criminals. It's them. And so all this, I don't know, shit needs to fucking stop, because it will be our own fucking peril if we don't stop not believing what the fuck we see with our own goddamn fucking eyes. I don't like being on this weak ass team with a whole bunch of weak ass bitches that don't understand that. Like, I wish I was on a stronger team. Most of y'all are sitting on the bench for the rest of the time because most of y'all are weak as fuck and don't understand that if we don't get this shit together, we all are fucking done. Okay. Well, all right. Let me just press play here.
With him at all, and particularly in such a graphic way.
Oh, by the way, that was Joe Biden, and I think I saw like a whole bunch of other people there sitting there and listening to it. Let me get this last timestamp, and then I'm gonna move on to the last one, and then get out of here for y'all. 12:50. All right, real quick. Say, I'm gonna do it like that.
Choice was to be in that field. Moreover, at that time, the Department of Education itself was a dubious venture. President Reagan was seeking to abolish the entire department. For my first months at the EEOC, where I continued to be an assistant to Judge Thomas, there were no sexual conversations or overtures. However, during the fall and winter of 1982, these began again. The comments were random and ranged from pressing me about why I didn't go out with him to remarks about my personal appearance. I remember his saying that someday I would have to tell him the real reason that I wouldn't go out with him. He began to show displeasure in his tone and voice and his demeanor, and his continued pressure for an explanation. He commented on what I was wearing in terms of whether it made me more or less sexually attractive. The incidents occurred in his inner office at the EEOC. One of the oddest episodes I remember was an occasion in which Thomas was drinking a Coke in his office. He got up from the table at which we were working, went over to his desk to get the Coke, looked at the can and asked, "Who has put pubic hair on my Coke?" On other occasions, he referred to the size of his own penis as being larger than normal, and he also spoke on some occasions of the pleasures he had given to women with oral sex. At this point, late 1982, I began to feel severe stress on the job.
That the most embarrassing question involved, this is not too bad, women's large breasts. That's a word we use all the time. You testified, you drew an inference that Judge Thomas might want you to look at pornographic films, but you told the FBI specifically that he never asked you to watch the film. Is that correct? The fact is, flatly, he never asked you to look at pornographic movies with him. Quote, this is not too bad, I can read it. Thomas liked to discuss specific sex acts and frequency of sex, close quote. You said you took it to mean Judge Thomas wanted to have sex with you, but in fact, he never did ask you to have sex, correct?
No, he did not ask me to have sex. He did continually pressure me to go out with him continually, and he would not accept my explanation as one as being valid.
So that when you said you took it to mean we ought to have sex, that was an inference, a mere allegation.
Senator, I would suggest to you that for me, these are more than mere allegations. These are the truth to me. These comments are the truth to me.
I'm not questioning your statement when I use the word allegation. I know about sexual harassment and discrimination against women, and I think I have some sensitivity on it. How reliable is your testimony in October of 1991 on events that occurred 10 years ago? How sure can you expect this committee to be on the accuracy of your statements?
I guess one really does have to understand something about the nature of sexual harassment. It is very difficult for people to come forward with these things.
I've got to determine what your motivation might be. Are you a scorned woman? Do you have a militant attitude relative to the area of civil rights? Do you have a martyr complex? The issue of fantasy has arisen. Are you interested in writing a book?
It is appropriate to ask Professor Hill anything any member wishes to ask her to plumb the depths of her credibility.
You are not now drawing a conclusion that Judge Thomas sexually harassed you.
Yes, I am drawing that conclusion. That
Well,
is
then I don't understand.
Pardon me?
Then I don't understand.
Do you have anything to gain by coming here? Has anybody promised you anything by coming forth with this story now?
The witness did not say anything to the FBI about the described size of his penis, the description of the movie Long Dong Silver, about the pubic hair in the Coke. I did think that Senator Specter pointed out some inconsistencies. All we've heard for 103 days is about a most remarkable man, and they scoured his every shred of life, and nobody but you has come forward. If what you say this man said to you occurred, why in God's name would you ever speak to a man like that the rest of your life?
That's a very good question.
I do think when we're looking at Republicans, especially Republican politicians,
Oh
especially
my
Trump.
God. I don't know, bro. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't fucking know what to say. Like, what? Let's read some comments. Pitchfork says these pieces of shit in Congress right now in the 90s. I mean, right now. Yeah, and in the 90s. And then Monique says, oh my God, they are sick. They are turning the statements. They all in them files. Yeah, no Clarence is a Supreme Court judge, right? Yeah, we do know that. Sound like a slave owner when they talk with them accents. Yeah, for real. Oh mamas, they really do. Yeah, they get off on this shit. They get off on the cruelty, the vile, fucked up shit. And I don't know. I mean, have you ever been on like a video game live chat? Like, this shit never went anywhere. So actually, we have a lot about this to talk about tomorrow. We have a whole segment that talks about like how this whole shit is repeating history. And these aren't Nazis. These are slave catchers, like, because the Nazis got this shit from the United States. And we are going to talk a lot about that. We're going to talk a lot about MLK. There's one more. Molly Sky Brown is another testimony that just came out maybe like 2 days ago now. And or did I watch it yesterday? Was it yesterday? Well, I suppose it's almost getting to that point where it's 2 days. But she also has a testimony that came out, and she went to the oversight committee, I believe, here. This was September 11th, 2025. So I'm gonna pull this one up for you guys and just show you a few clips from this as well. Because nobody's talking about this shit. Nobody gonna bring it up. I ain't no bitch, so whatever. We gonna watch this shit. We gonna know about it, because one thing that I will say, I didn't really appreciate how Don and whoever the other dude was, how they made a video about Sasha Riley and didn't watch it, didn't say, like, didn't know anything about it. They didn't listen to the audio tapes. So I'm just like, at this point, do not say anything about any of these people if you're not willing to watch the tapes or listen to them. I mean, this white woman just earlier said, well, don't watch the tapes. I just highly don't recommend it because it's disgusting, which it is. But it's like, you know what? I'm sorry, white women, y'all are the fucking problem. Y'all are a bunch of fucking punk ass bitches. And every time shit get too much for you, you run the fuck away. And that's why we're here. Oh, well, I just can't. I don't need to see that. I don't need to see that. Well, okay. Well, there are people that lived it. They're trying to tell you their story. And you not listening is making this continue. Ever thought of that? No, you haven't, because you're too afraid to. And you're too afraid to acknowledge that you are the fucking problem. White women are the scariest bitches in all the fucking humanity. Ugh. Oh, Molly Sky Hill, or Molly Sky Brown. Just look her up. You just spelled just like this, but I'm also gonna pull her up right now. God. And yeah, I don't know how many people will see. Yeah, white men are just. I don't even get me started. But white women are a problem too, and they get away with a lot of shit that they shouldn't, for real. Especially with being fucking cowards. All right, here she go. I gotta add it to the stage. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, here we go. Okay, you should be able to see now. Molly Sky Brown. This is Molly Sky Brown here, by the way, you guys. So, I'm gonna go to 750 is kind of where it starts. I'm gonna jump right in. Here's the entire link. I'm gonna make sure it's all in post, so you can watch it. I'm trying to get it. 750. It's like super tiny on my shit. I'm not the best.
About that, I made the media about that, and then when I saw Epstein's house in the papers, when they were finally like condemning, tearing the house down and stuff like that, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been to that house, I've been to that dock, I've been to that boat slip, bless you, and so I was starting to put pieces together, and people were telling me to reach out to Virginia Giuffre and Maria Farmer, that they were spearheading this, and they attacked me brutally, the same way they did Rena O. I helped Rena O even get the evidence against her. I messaged her and I was like, oh, they're bashing you. They just did that to me. You might want to come, on Twitter and defend yourself, or at least collect evidence. And now she has been suing Virginia Giuffre. And I don't know if you've read the articles, but she was afraid she was going to be losing her inheritance to Rena. So there's a huge cover up, as you obviously know. There's been people who have been assigned to be mouthpieces who are proven liars, fabricators, traffickers. Virginia was proven with Prescott judge files that were released I think a year ago, that she was 18 when she trafficked 14-year-old Carolyn. She was an adult who's been manipulating the system. And then, like I said, people were encouraging me to reach out. She had an anti-trafficking organization. I have screenshots where she publicly called me a liar. I never met anyone. And then Maria Farmer made a whole bunch of terrifying art of me, mocking me. She told people I was a meth head. I have never done meth in my life, my nickname for her. She told everyone I was Methy Molly. It was terrifying, and it went on for three or 4 years. And so that was all through COVID. So that was very distressing as well, that I tried reaching out to an organization and then was targeted by their mouthpiece, Virginia. And also I reached out to Julie K. Brown. Actually, she reached out to me. Julie K. Brown from the Miami Herald reached out to me, and she said she would not print my story unless Virginia approved of it, which I had never met Virginia. I believe Virginia knows my recruiter. It was the same time, it was 2001, and that's when she was in that circle as well, and it was Palm Beach. So I'm guessing she tried to publicly discredit me because my recruiter and her would likely know each other. They're the same age. So I just wanted to bring that to your.
Okay. So 2 things that I don't know if you guys picked up. She's talking about Virginia Giuffre, right? Who, from my understanding, I have not read her book, but I did hear about her before I really even was interested in politics. I watched the Filthy Rich thing on Netflix, and she was alive in that documentary. I don't know if y'all seen that. Oh shit, my shit about to die. I don't know if y'all seen that documentary, but she was still alive in that. And a lot of people, like what happened to her basically was that she was trafficked as a child, and then she aged out, and then she basically, what it sounds like to me is like she was forced to continue like recruiting and become a recruiter pretty much after she aged out of being young for the sickos, right? Or, and I bet you she still did work in other ways or whatever, but she ended up being a recruiter. And one thing that Sasha said that what would happen is, and Samantha, who isn't alive anymore, I think she died at some point in Sasha's story. She said that don't let them make you kill anybody, because then that's when they have complete control over you. So take with that what you will. But let me plug my computer in. Let me go to the next timestamp real quick and plug this in. 12:50. Oh no, is it 8 minutes? Looks like it's 8. No, it's 12:50. Okay. But yeah, nobody's talking about this shit. I don't know why nobody has said any about this. I was able to stumble upon it. I don't know what kind of algorithms people have, but this shit popped up on mine. Actually, and I also read like comments of stuff, and a lot of people be putting stuff in comments.
And I immediately pivoted over to that. So a year later, I was having suicidal ideations, and I really just wanted to die from the anniversary. I didn't even realize it was the anniversary either. And I went inpatient to a hospital, and it was Columbia Hospital in Palm Beach, and my roommate there was a recruiter for them. So I went inpatient to try to tell on the guy who abducted and raped me, a cop that had abducted me from a student. He offered to take me home because I wasn't drinking, and I thought my dad would get a kick out of a police officer.
Whoops, I was supposed to put a trigger warning on there for you guys. I am so sorry. Trigger, all the way trigger warning. I highly apologize for that. That was not right. Like, I didn't know that was the timestamp, and that was not intentional. Please forgive me. But moving forward, this is very triggering. So tap out if you can't.
Bringing me home, and he took me to his house, dragged me into his house, and assaulted me. He assaulted me digitally, but he handcuffed me. It was terrifying. He wanted to date me. One of my friends kind of set the whole thing up. So another trafficking situation. So, and I was also raped when I was 9 years old. So I was trying to report all of these people at that hospital. And then my roommate ended up being a recruiter for Epstein, Maxwell, and Trump. So as soon as I got into the room, she said, "Don't tell them anything. They'll hold it against you. They'll use it against you." And I was like, "Who is they?" Because my family was never involved, and my recruiter, Lisa Ghislaine Villeneuve, she was born into it, from what I learned from her. So we became friendly in the place. She said, you know, "Don't trust anyone here." She said, "Don't trust anyone here. The orderlies will drug and rape you in your sleep." The first night I was there, I awoke to an orderly on top of me, drugging me. And he said he was taking blood work when I was already asleep. And since this was the first time I was ever in a facility like this to get help, I didn't know any protocol of what I should be expecting. But I did wake up to him literally on top of me, my arm in a tourniquet, and him taking blood while I was sleeping. And then he said he was giving me something to help me sleep. I believe he raped me. I found another.
Okay, enough. If you guys want to listen to that, I already listened to the whole thing myself. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. And if you like, who lies and describes shit like that in detail? Come on now, y'all. Like, y'all better get to fucking believing. Otherwise, we are going to be so fucked up because we are dealing with straight up psychopaths. Okay? That's really the end and all of the fucking story. I don't need to play any more of this, but this is Molly Sky Brown. Here, let me minimize this a little bit so you guys can see everything. Like, this is on YouTube. You can look it up. 2 days ago, I watched it right here. You can look in the comments. She actually, I think, liked one of my comments that I put in here. She likes comments of people. One of mine's in here. I don't know where it's at, but anyway. Oh yeah, I'm not on the Maymoney in the Building channel. So, but she's very active. This is a real fucking person. I can subscribe to her. I highly recommend you watch this one because this was with the Oversight Committee in 2025, September 11th, right here. So this is actually public on the internet. It's on the internet, so I didn't have to flag it or anything. I was able to play it. With Sasha Riley's stuff, I didn't feel as comfortable because it was on Substack, and then also I just you just have to listen to that shit yourself. And then most people won't, and then they'll just go ahead and say, "Oh well, I don't believe you," and so fuck y'all. But yeah, so I wanted to share that with y'all. Tomorrow I definitely will be sharing what I wanted to share with you, but I can't because of my other profile, unless maybe I like did a split screen. Maybe I can do that. I don't know. I would have to just go ahead and play with that myself. But tomorrow, yeah, there's some updates about San Diego and ICE coming to San Diego, and there might be more developments. I always like to stay timely with you guys. And then Philly also is the next target, and then who knows what could happen within the next 24 hours. There might be some shit. Yeah, listen to it. I highly recommend it, you guys, because if you don't fucking listen to it, then you're just gonna be like, well, I don't know. Well, you know, stop it. Don't do that to yourselves. If listen to it, if just do it. Okay, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrific and disgusting. I took breaks. I had to make sure to, like, you know, but I listened to that entire 2 hours worth of tapes. It's 6 of them. Listen to it. Listen to Molly Brown. Just do it, you guys. They deserve that. At least. If anything, at least someone hears their story and knows it. And you can listen in their voice. They're not lying to you, you guys. You know who is lying to you, though? These motherfuckers. So out of all of this shit, y'all believe them? That is not corroborated? Do you know why it's not corroborated, bitch? Because they don't want it to be. Because they have the fucking power to hide this shit. They allegedly murder people if they have any sort of inkling on this shit. These people don't come out because they, of course, Sasha said that he watched other kids murder other kids, or watched other kids get tortured and SA'd and then murdered in front of his eyes. Or they took him to the other room and then he had to clean up the shit after it. We're just gonna just be like, oh, I can't, because we're letting it continue when you do that. Hey, don't listen to the tarot reader. I fucking warned you people a long fucking time ago. Whew, God. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. But that's really the end of everything that I had to show you. Let's look up something fun. Man, there was, let's see if I can find it. Let's look at the Instagram. Let's see if I have an Instagram on here. Party all the time, party all the time. I don't want to leave y'all like that. I really don't. Let's see. Let's scroll on the Millennial Gays Instagram. Let's see what's going on over there. And I can't scroll on my Instagram, but I can scroll on the Millennial Gays one. It just doesn't have as many subscribers and followers and stuff because it's new. So mine's the one I usually operate out of just because it has more traction, if that makes sense. But let me share my screen and see if I can find something fun. And then I'll let you guys go.
I'm walking down the street covered in blood. Some other people were yelling, "Don't come back." And I asked them,
oh, you guys,
Yeah.
This is what I wanted. Okay. This is something we could look at, you guys. Oh, yeah. That lady was Monique. Yo, that lady was wretched as fuck. I know who you talking about. She was crazy. I was like, darn, bro. You need to shut this lady all the way down. I wish she would pull up on me crazy like that. Nah, bitch, you need to get the fuck away from me. This is a Don Lemon show, bitch. Or hey, if it was that Maymoney show, I'd be like, bitch, you got 5 seconds to get the fuck away from me before we have an ultimate problem. Cause I do not fuck with that. With your fucking bro, you look like you got lice. Like for real. Yo, get the fuck away from me. Like, I'm not trying to catch your buzzards, lady. Vamoose. All right. For real. All right. Let's look through my Instagram. It looks like what I've been saying is that Minnesotans are now strapped the fuck up. This is
my area. I don't go into other people's neighborhoods and try and intimidate them. I protect my people.
Are you giving out your name?
No, I'm okay with that. Our neighborhood's showing up.
You guys had a lot of people out here, right?
At least 30 or more.
Yeah.
40 or 50.
That's pretty good for a quick turnout.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like they took some advice. I was saying, make sure you peacefully armed peaceful protest. That I've been saying that for a minute now. Stay strapped, you guys. Exact winter edition. This is the new pack, you guys. This is the new pack here. Winter edition. You know, this is the high quality White Panther Party winter edition. I think they're called, White Panthers. There's a whole little digit that, like a little reel that I saw describing the White Panthers. They're actually pretty cool. I didn't know about them until just recently. Oh, let me tell you guys about something else that I saw that was really, really cool. Let's see if I can find it. Here, I'm gonna play another
My
one.
mother just called me asking, Frederick, are you okay? Of course I am. I just...
Oh, I like this, guys.
Oh, we're having a come to me meeting today. Everyone have a seat. Without talking, Kevin, what on my dad's green earth is going on? First of all, look at you. You're all bald, sunburnt, and look like you're angry at salads. Everyone dressed like they're about to storm a Bass Pro Shop. Is that a tactical vest? You look a middle-aged divorced dad cosplaying with a badge. What are we doing? Did you say protect the country, Kevin? From what? Proper dental hygiene? Is that why you're wearing a mask? Y'all are shaking down brown families because you're upset that your wife got the house and the divorce and your child won't return your phone calls. I'm sorry, are you wearing a cross necklace? That's a wild choice when you all are doing the exact opposite of what I said to do. I fed the poor, you're harassing restaurant owners. I healed people, you're detaining doctors. I taught love and kindness and you all are pepper spraying students and teachers. John shot someone in the face. Like Jesus, me, Christ. Do y'all forget that I was brown, undocumented, born to a refugee family, running from state violence? I mean, hell, state violence crucified me. Y'all think I'm on your team? If I came back today, y'all would profile me, detain me, and then say it's all in the name of saving America. I want y'all to know your badges don't give you immunity up here. I'm sorry, Kevin, did you say you were just following orders? Yeah, baby, that line was used before, and it did not work up here. That excuse only works downstairs, where a lot of you will be going. Oh, we're having a come to me meeting today. Everyone have a seat. Without talking, Kevin, what on my dad's green earth is going on? First of all, look at you.
Kev,
You're
bro.
all bald,
Kev,
sunburnt, and look like you're
my
angry
homie.
at salads.
Kev, bro. Now is not the time. Hey, Kev. So I see. At least I found something funny to alleviate some of that. I that's all I wanted to do. I couldn't find the one I was looking for, but I'll be able to find it easier tomorrow. So yeah, I got a great show for y'all tomorrow, and I just love you guys so much. And oh, sheesh, man. This is a lot, right? You know, I understand it, but we have to live in the reality that we are in. We have to be warriors. We have to look at some really fucked up shit. We do, and we have to confront it and get rid of it and get this shit the fuck up on out of here. And the only way is we're gonna do it is together. And so I just implore y'all, like, come on now. Don't be afraid. Like, I understand you can be afraid, you know, if you're alone, but you're not alone in this. Like, you got homies, you got friends right here. And on all the other shows that you watch, I talk to everybody in every chat, under every content creator, independent media, progressive news, whatever news, and Antifa news. I don't give a fuck what you want to call it. Like, people that I fuck with, I've been fucking with for years, bro. Me and Pitchfork go back hella long ago. Like, you guys, we got this shit. Like, but we gotta get rid of these people. They gotta go. They need to be held accountable. They really ain't shit. I don't even know what the fuck we're afraid of. Look what happened to Jeremy Lang last night. Did y'all see that shit where it's throwing water all over him? And I think he peed himself. Like, these people are a bunch of bitches. They just slipping and falling all over ice. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow too. These people are incompetent, but we need to get our shit together. That's the only way we're going to defeat them. They're not that hard to defeat, but we are so unorganized and not willing to look and evaluate the fucking situation. And that's why we're still here. Okay, so that wasn't just me. I thought I see that, but I was like, I'm not sure. But you know, I give people the benefit of the doubt. But hey, you know, if the vote comes in that he peed himself, I could see why, because they had his ass heamed up in a corner. They was about to mollywop his ass on sight, bro. They was like, hey, bro, you need to get your ass the fuck up on out of here. They had him in the corner like this. Like, had him like this, bitch. Like, I was like, oh, shit. Like, he better get up on out of there. They was peaceful as they could be. His ass got, oh, shit. See, but he made it out alive. He lived to fight another day, and he definitely cried in the car. Maybe it was a little bit of both. Maybe somebody like rinsed them off a little bit, because I was like, damn, bro, I seen you peed yourself. I'm gonna make it look like you did it. It was both. He probably shit himself. That was probably water. Yeah, that was fun. That was a really fun one to look at. Also look that up, but we'll also show you that tomorrow. Anyway, you guys, hey, I've been here an hour and 30 minutes. Time flies by when you're having fun. It really does, and I really love y'all. I wanted to get those things out before everybody else, because everybody, only 4 or 5 people watched my live tonight, maybe 6. I maybe had like 6 tonight, but I showed you this shit. I showed you Molly Sky Brown. I showed you like some evidence more about Sasha Riley, and the Anita Hill. I was the one that showed you that shit. I'm the one that I be on it. Okay, I be on it, and I take pride in that shit, bro. Everybody afraid to talk real about shit. But anywho, that's the ending all of the story for tonight. Hey man, welcome to the Maymoney Sideshow. I really hope you guys had a good time hanging out with me. What am I doing? Let me switch this over. I really hope you guys had a good time hanging out with me. I love you guys so much. Please be sure to check us out tomorrow, 4:30 Pacific and 7:30 Eastern. Me and Katie will be here tomorrow to discuss quite a bit. We got some Native American talk, because ICE is attacking native lands and natives now. We got updates on ICE moving outwards and continuing their operations, going back to LA as well. We got Green Day is doing a like an opening ceremony performance for the Super Bowl. I just saw that today. That should be a fucking political movement. I almost I gotta see if I can stream that or something, because I love Green Day, and I bet you that's gonna be lit. There's gonna be a lot of fuck Trump in that. And then what else? Oh yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit of what we talked today, but Katie doesn't really like to talk about this stuff, so I might be able to cut it back a little bit on the Sasha Riley and stuff, because I talked about it with you guys tonight. But we're just gonna brush over some of this stuff, and then I'll just refer people here. And then there was one more thing, I think, but anywho, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Keep it gangsta out there. I got one more day off tomorrow, but I do have to get my hair braided up. I have a memorial to go to, and then I'll be doing this show. But anywho, I love y'all. Keep it gangsta out there. See you later.
All I said was there's evil afoot.
Evil!